We continue working with the example from the previous lesson. So select the command to draw a circle. As you can see here, we have several different commands. However, the most commonly used command for drawing a circle will be the center point circle command, but we also have the free point circle and ellipse commands. So here we can draw an ellipse, and here we can draw a circle based on 3 points lying on the circumference. Select the center point circle command, and when it comes to drawing geometry, we can make things a bit easier for ourselves. For example, if you want the center of the circle to be at the height of the origin point of the coordinate system, or at the height of some other point, first hover over that point, and as you move the cursor to one side or the other, you can also move it up or down. This will apply a constraint between the center of the circle or any other geometry you're creating and the previously indicated geometry. And here, for example, I'd like to draw a circle whose center will be at the height of the midpoint of this line or at the height of the origin point of the coordinate system. So I hover over this point and drag the cursor to the left. And now, when this construction line is active and I click the left mouse button to set the position of the center point of the circle will be constrained so that the center of the circle and the previously indicated point lie on the same horizontal line. Now I click the left mouse button to set the position of the second point. The diameter input field is active, so I enter 20 millimeters here. I press enter and then press the escape key to cancel the circle drawing command. And now this circle is blue, and it might seem strange. How can it be blue if the diameter is specified and it's defined that this circle is aligned with this point? And that's true. Here we have a horizontal constraint applied, which means that these 2 points lie on the same horizontal line. And that's exactly the case, because if we grab the circle, we can only move it along that line. I can't move it up or down. I can only move this circle to the left and right. And this is exactly where we have a degree of freedom that hasn't been restricted. Since we can move this circle left and right, we need to define it using a dimension, and we'll do that in a moment. But I would like to get a second identical circle on the other side of this smaller rectangle, and here we can use the mirror command. But for the mirror operation, we need geometry that will serve as the axis of symmetry. So we'll create such a line. Select the line drawing command and draw a line that will pass through the center of this rectangle. Here, when you hover over this edge, a handle indicating the center of that edge will appear. Click here with the left mouse button and draw a line to this point, to the midpoint of the other edge. I press escape to finish the line drawing command. I immediately select this line and switch it to construction geometry so that it becomes auxiliary sketch geometry. And now, in order to precisely get this particular circle positioned on the opposite side, we will carefully select the mirror command. We then clearly indicate the specific mirror line that we wish to use, okay? And subsequently, we accurately indicate all of the various elements that are intended to be precisely copied and replicated in the mirror image. We simply click on the circle and press escape to finish this command. And now, when I grab this circle, the position of the second circle also changes. And if I change the diameter of this circle, the diameter of the other circle will also be changed. And now we'll define the distance between the centers of these circles. We select the dimensioning command and indicate the center points of the circles. And here we set the distance, for example, 170 millimeters. I click on the dimensioning command again, and in this way, we can duplicate geometry using the mirror function. Of course, I showed you this with a simple example, but you can use the mirror function with more complex shapes, and you can use more shapes as well. It doesn't have to be a single circle. It can be several or even a dozen different geometries. All right, we'll end this lesson here, but in the next lesson, we'll continue working with this example